Student, today we are going to learn desirable properties of a good refrigerant. Number 1, refrigerant must be high latent heat of vaporization. That means latent heat of vaporization should be as large as possible to reduce the weight of the refrigerant to be circulated in the system. High latent heat of vaporization reduces initial cost of the refrigerant. Number 2, refrigerant must be high specific heat of vapor. High specific heat of vapor refrigerant are desirable to increase the refrigerating effect per kg of refrigerant. Number 3, refrigerant must be high COP. For high COP, low power consumption per ton of refrigeration is always desirable. Number 4, a refrigerant must be high thermal conductivity. For a high heat transfer coefficient, a high thermal conductivity is desirable. R22 refrigerant has better heat transfer capacity. R21 is still better. Number 5, refrigerant must be high critical temperature and pressure. For high COP, the critical temperature should be very high. Okay. Number 6, a refrigerant must be high electrical resistance. Dielectric strength of refrigerant is an important property in hermetically sealed compressor, as the motor windings are cooled by refrigerant vapor on the way to the suction valve of the compressor. Number 7, a refrigerant must be low boiling point temperature at atmospheric pressure. If the boiling point temperature of the refrigerant is high at atmospheric pressure, the compressor should be operated at high vacuum. Number 8, a refrigerant must be low specific volume. Low specific volume of the refrigerant at the suction into the compressor is always desirable because it reduces the size of the compressor for the same refrigeration capacity. Okay. Number 9, a refrigerant must be low cost and readily available. The refrigerant must be available readily and with less price. The cost of refrigerant is very important in high capacity refrigerating system like industrial and commercial refrigeration. Number 10, a refrigerant must be suitable condensing and evaporating pressure. Evaporating pressure should be positive and should be near atmosphere as possible, should be nearly atmospheric pressure. Okay. Number 11, a refrigerant must be leakage easily detectable. Leakage easily detectable. The refrigerant should have low leak tendency, must be low leak tendency. An ammonia leak can be very easily detected by its strong smell. The great drawback of fluorocarbon is the fact that they are odorless. Okay. Number 12, a refrigerant must be not flammable, not explosive. Ideal refrigerant should have not any danger of explosion in the presence of air or in associating with lubricating oil. Number 13, a refrigerant must be mixability of lubricating oil properties. Mixability of lubricating oil properties. The mixability of the oil and refrigerant is an important characteristic in the selection of refrigerant. This property is also important for the smooth running of the system. Okay.